Take a deep breath in and let it out. It feels clean, right? But what if I told you that the air inside your bedroom or living room right now could actually be up to 5 times more polluted than the air outside on a busy street? Dust, microscopic pollen, pet dander, and invisible chemical gases are floating around us every single second, completely unseen by the naked eye. If you often wake up with a stuffy nose, find yourself sneezing for seemingly no reason, or constantly wonder why a fresh layer of grey dust appears on your desk just a day after you wiped it down, you are not alone. Most of us spend around 90% of our lives indoors, and poor indoor air quality can quietly mess with your sleep, your focus, and your daily comfort. Because of this, millions of people buy an air purifier every year. You take it out of the box, plug it into the wall, press a button, and it makes a quiet, soothing humming noise. But what is actually happening inside that sleek little machine? Is it just a glorified, overpriced fan, or is there real science at work? Today, let's strip away the confusing marketing jargon and see exactly how an air purifier works, step by step, so you know exactly what is happening in your home. At its most basic level, an air purifier does a very simple job. It removes dirty air from your room, pushes it through a series of specialized traps to catch the junk, and then blows the clean air back out. Think of it as a continuous cleaning loop for your room. To start this loop, the machine uses an internal fan to create what is called negative pressure. This draws the surrounding air into the intake vents, which are usually located on the front, sides, or bottom of the unit. Once that indoor air is sucked inside, it embarks on a journey through a filtration obstacle course. Most modern, reliable air purifiers use a 3-stage cleaning system to target different types of airborne pollution. The first stop on this journey is the pre-filter. Think of the pre-filter as the bouncer at the front door of a club. Its only job is to catch the biggest, most obvious intruders so they do not clog up the more sensitive equipment inside. As the air rushes in, this fine mesh screen traps things like human hair, pet fur, thick dust bunnies, and large lint particles. You can actually see this stuff accumulating on the screen after just a few weeks of use. The beauty of the pre-filter is that it is usually permanent and washable. By trapping the big debris right at the entrance, it extends the lifespan of the more expensive filters sitting behind it. Once the air passes through that initial mesh screen, it reaches the true heart of the machine, which is the HEPA filter. You have probably seen the word HEPA plastered on boxes everywhere, but it simply stands for high efficiency particulate air. To earn this title, the filter must be proven to trap at least 99.97% of particles that are 0.3 microns in size. To put that into perspective, a single human hair is about 70 microns wide. This filter is dealing with things so unimaginably tiny that thousands of them could fit on the period at the end of a sentence. Now, many people imagine a HEPA filter as a simple net or a window screen with really tiny holes, where particles bigger than the holes get stopped and smaller ones pass through. But that is actually not how it works at all. A HEPA filter is made of a dense, tangled web of microscopic glass fibers twisted together in random directions, kind of like a thick, overgrown forest. When air is forced into this dense forest, particles get trapped in 3 clever ways. First, large particles that made it past the pre-filter simply crash directly into the fibers and get stuck, like a car hitting a wall. This is called impaction. Second, medium-sized particles try to flow around the fibers with the airstream, but they graze the sides of the fibers and get snagged, which is called interception. Finally, the tiniest microscopic particles behave very strangely. They bounce around in random zigzag patterns like pinballs instead of moving in a straight line. Because they are bouncing around so wildly, they inevitably slam into a fiber and get trapped permanently. This is known as diffusion. Thanks to this tangled web of fibers, things like pollen, mold spores, smoke particles, and microscopic dust mites are locked away for good. However, as amazing as the HEPA filter is, it has one major weakness. It cannot catch odors, gases, or chemical fumes. Things like the smell of burning toast, lingering pet odors, or volatile organic compounds coming from fresh paint and new furniture are not solid particles. They are gases, and they flow right through the web of glass fibers. That is where the third stage comes in, which is the activated carbon filter. Activated carbon is essentially charcoal that has been treated with oxygen to open up millions of tiny microscopic pores between the carbon atoms. If you took just one handful of activated carbon and unfolded all of its internal surface area, it would cover an entire football field. When smells and chemical gases pass through this spongy layer, they undergo a process called adsorption. Notice that is adsorption with a D, not absorption with a B. Instead of soaking into the material like water into a sponge, the chemical gas molecules are magnetically attracted to the surface of the carbon and stick to it like insects on flypaper. Once those odors and gases are trapped on the carbon surface, they cannot float back out into your room. Some purifiers on the market also feature extra technologies like UV lights or electronic ionizers, which claim to zap airborne germs or charged particles so they fall to the floor. While these sound impressive, most air quality experts agree that the classic mechanical combination of a pre-filter, a True HEPA filter, and an activated carbon filter is the safest and most effective way to clean your air without generating any harmful byproducts like ozone. After the air has successfully passed through the pre-filter to lose the hair, the HEPA filter to lose the microscopic dust and allergens, and the carbon filter to lose the smells and chemicals, the internal fan pushes this freshly purified air out through the top vents and back into your room. As this clean air circulates, it pushes more dirty air toward the machine's intake vents. Continuing the cycle, a good air purifier will completely clean and replace the air in your room several times every single hour, gradually lowering the overall concentration of pollutants until the air you breathe feels visibly lighter, fresher, and healthier. So, the next time you look at that quiet little machine sitting in the corner of your bedroom, you will know that it is not just a fan blowing air around. It is a miniature, highly engineered cleaning plant working tirelessly to capture the invisible dust, allergens, and odors that would otherwise end up inside your lungs. Understanding how your tools work is the first step toward creating a healthier, more comfortable living environment for you and your family. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to make smarter choices for your home, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and let me know in the comments below which room in your house needs an air purifier the most. Thanks for watching, and breathe easy.